Any other person? You have answered well, but I'm curious about the answers. We want a better version. What makes it better? Yes.
So the speed limit, sir.
You say?
The speed limit and the RAM.
Why do you need the speed?
Because some other Android phones, their speed limit is not the same thing.
Who need the others?
Like,
We're talking about you. Leave what others need. You.
like for me now, if I'm buying a phone now, I will check because some of the phones now they just say this one is 100, 10, 100, 11. Meanwhile, they are also going to serve the same purpose. For me now, I bought a
Which
phone
purpose?
for maybe like for my business.
What business do you do?
I sell shoes.
Okay. Thank you. You know why I'm asking all this? Why I started by asking you what are the guidelines? Why do you even want to go into this? And we have established it here over and over. The first thing you should look at is the purpose, the vision. Why do I need any of the item here?
And so,
Yes.
when it comes to maybe if I'm to sell it back, if I need money,
If you,
if I need money,
Yes.
to sell it back, it will still give me the same money.
it will never give you the same
The
money.
value will not like depreciate. Like for me now, the phone I bought it around 50,000 naira. If I'm to sell it
When?
last year,
Last
if
year.
I'm to sell it now, I'll still sell it around 25,000.
We need to see you. Anything that are in this form, once you pick it out, you can't sell it the exact price until you add value to it. True or false? If you don't add value, once you open the nylon and bring it out, it's already second. So you have to convince me why you bought it 50 and now you have used it and I need to buy it 55. So for example, if you tell me that when you bought it, you discover that what you bought, they actually gave you a higher version. Maybe you plan to buy version 7, but when you open the carton, they gave you version 9, and version 7 is 50,000, but version 9 is 60,000. Now that you have opened it, even though you have used it, it's still a newer version. Am I making sense? But if it's the same version, except you tell me that anytime you hold the phone, money just used to enter, then I will buy. That means you have added value of miracle money to the phone. Are you getting what I'm saying? So let's go back to purpose. Everything that is here now, what will be the reason why you need them? If the purposes are not clear, it will be difficult to generate the price. It will be difficult to source the money. It will be difficult to convince anybody. Take for example now, I need this car. And the car is like 3 million, 4 million. That's the price. I've known the price. But what I have is 1 million. And let's say the price is 3 million. How much am I still looking for? Then the money is not complete. I can't sleep in the night. And they refuse to give me on credit. So I decided to walk to some people and say, excuse me. And the people I'm walking to, maybe these two gentlemen, they know me. Maybe I've been a blessing to their life. And I said, I need the car. And they said, why do you need the car? I said, I need the car because I'm the only one in our place that doesn't have a car. I'm trying to pay the price now. This reason I have given you, if you have the money, is it genuinely convincing enough to give me money? It doesn't. So what's the purpose of buying the car? This is the same reason spiritually you take to heaven to get heaven's attention? Do you kneel down on your knee and say, oh God, give me a car? I want to show to them that I'm not a failure. You as a human being now, you are doing, is this reason okay with God? That I want to show them. I want to show them. Why do you need a laptop? Purpose. See, the reason why I need this laptop now is that everybody in the school has a laptop. I'm the only one that has no laptop. Is there a purpose in what I'm saying? There's no purpose. You are the only one. You can borrow. You can borrow. You can go to cyber cafe. There must be a reason, a purpose, a vision. Then the price can be worth pursuing. Is somebody getting the foundation I'm laying? The price is not worth pursuing when there is no purpose. Oh, I need this laptop. I need the laptop because I'm in 400 levels. And in my 400 levels right now, I need to begin to learn certain things. They will be very relevant to me in the future. The price is 200,000. What do? I want to begin to save. What do? Maybe I can get an extra work I can do. What do? Maybe I need to be patient. In order to secure the price, the vision is sure, the purpose is sure. When the vision and the purpose is not sure, your driving force will be weak. Why do you need this phone? I just need an iPhone. It makes me look important. When I appear in a place and people are talking, I just lift my own phone up. Immediately it's an iPhone. It connects heaven to the heart. What's the purpose? I told you on Sunday why I was looking for an iPhone. For security purpose. To synchronize. This afternoon when I was preparing for my message, I just sat down where I was, opened my other phone, going through the Bible. I was typing everything on my phone. Every of the message for flexibility, for me, everything, I type it on my phone. I type it on the notepad here. When I finished, when I came to my office in the evening, everything that appear here automatically. I don't like using phone to preach. I prefer a notebook or a tablet. So I can tell you 10 reasons why I will need to look for the price of this iPhone. Outside the fact that I want to belong to association of iPhone users. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now let's come back to the issues of life. What are you looking for? What do you want out of life? Where is the area of your passion? Until you can answer these questions, we cannot talk about price. Price is attached to an item. I'll tell you what prices are attached to. When you talk about the price, it is attached. Price goes beyond just the physical catch. Price is the requirement for the purchase of what you are looking for. It's a major requirement. It's a major prerequisite that must be fulfilled. The fulfillment is what is called the payment. Every great thing in life has a price. Every useless thing in life has no price. What they call price is no price. So take for example, marriage has a price. Marriage has a price. A price to be paid for a good marriage. You want a marriage that God God will bless? You want a marriage that God will be happy with? There's a price. One of the price is marriage is honorable when the bed is undefiled. That means till you marry, you cannot sleep with the girl. It's a price. If you pay it, there is an honor that follows you from heaven. It's a price. You know why it's a price? This is a generation where it's either the boy wants it or the girl wants it. And if both of you want it, petrol has jammed fire. A young man shared with me how they were struggling. He said, 30 minutes. Pastor, I fought the greatest battle of my life. Some of you think the greatest battle is with demons. No. No. He was fighting. He said, Pastor, and the girl is a daughter of a pastor. I just finished from church that afternoon. I was going home exactly. She attends another church. He said, where are you? I have prepared your favorite food. You know, one of the way you get a man is food. The generation of Esau. So he was just heading there. By the time he get there, afternoon like this, the guy had laid bed, poured some roses on the ground. You understand, Ko? You know, every time you see those type of things, she has laid bed, laid roses on the ground. Don't you know the same way in the village, when they want to catch bush rabbit, they put those things there. Okay? So he said he just entered the place. No AC, but the place was cool. He just sat down, one room. Sat down there, and then there's a kitchen. The guy said, I'm coming. By the time she came back, she went one small thing like that, and she said, Pastor, it's not easy. He said, after some time, I discovered that my trouser has gone low, and we were fighting. She was dragging my trouser. I was dragging it up. This is one of the best testimony I've heard in my life. He says, suddenly, an anointing came upon me. I hit a hand. Gah! Ran out with my trouser. I escaped. He just finished service here that afternoon. And he called me. He said, rejoice with me. I said, it's a great testimony. It's a better testimony than anything, than passing an exam. That's a price. That's a price. Marriage has a price. Marriage has a price. When I was going to marry around 21 years ago, they wrote lists of the things I would buy. When I saw them, I came into the altar. I said, God, only you can pay this list. Then they told me that the traditional wedding will be in Lagos. The church wedding will be in Port Harcourt. That's a price. Now you won't marry. You see the price? Traditional wedding in Lagos. 1 week after, church wedding. That's a price. Their moral price. Their financial price. Their emotional price. And all this price affect both heaven and earth and your future. You want a good marriage that God will be involved in? Run away from sex. Run away from what? You are not talking today. Run away from what? I'm telling you. Or God is absent. It's a price. What about relationship? It has a price. Relationship. Somebody said, let's be friends. Sit him down and find out why you should be friends. This is not a boy and a girl now. This is between two people. Because relationship has a price. He that will have friend must show himself friendly. It has a price. There's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. There's a price. Relationship has a price. What why do you think people travel from one location to the other to attend wedding, to attend birthday? What are they paying? A price. On your wedding day, just when you are just coming out of the wedding, then you see your secondary school 10 years ago. He said, how did? It's a price. Do you know some people travel from outside the country to attend wedding and go back? It's a price. It's a price. Price for friendship. A man was getting married. He called he said, my daughter is getting married. Even his friends from far away Europe travel down for 3 hours occasion to attend the wedding. That's relationship that has a price. Every great thing in life has a price. What of education? What of education? Is there a price for education? Yes. Impactful education that goes beyond certificate. My God, there's a price for it. January this year, I got a letter and they said to me, we need your help, voluntary service. Can you help us with some doctorate students? Because professorship has a price. Doctorate student, as part of your voluntary service as a professor. I said, okay, my time is busy. Give me this time. Some of these students called me 3 a.m. They just feel I should be awake. 2 a.m. and they need answer. So it is not just answering professor, but it has a price. Anything you see working successfully has a price. Somebody paid the price. Somebody paid the price. If you are not willing to pay the price, you are a thief. If I carry this phone now and I dash you, and you get home and say, do you know I didn't pay any price they gave me? It's a lie. You may not have paid the price, but for you to get the phone, what happened? Somebody paid the price. Somebody paid the price. Somebody paid the price. Quality education, good education, impactful education, they all have a price. Depending on how you want your education to go, then you determine the price you will pay. Revival movements have a price. Revival movement. Price of prayer upon prayers upon prayers upon prayers. Hours, days, weeks, years. You know what they call a revival? Then a revival breaks out where people are hungry and thirsty for God. Where you see somebody can lie down and be praying for the next 6 hours, not praying for a miracle, not praying for a baby, not praying for a job, just an hunger for God. That's an outbreak. When there is an outbreak of revival, needy prayer, I want, crashes the hunger for God. But to see that, some people must pay the price. It doesn't just happen. Revival takes prayer. There are cities where revival have hit those cities. Beer parlor closed down. Police station, no work. Stealing, 0 level. Cocaine, heroin, 0 level. Revival broke out. Some people paid the price. Sometimes with their blood, their life. Anything you are seeing that is working today is not easy. Have you heard of mantles? How many of you have heard of mantles? How many of you have heard of graces? Mantles and grace is what is upon somebody like Elijah. Elisha took the mantle of Elisha. Elisha carried the grace of Elijah. And he said, where is the Lord God of Elijah? And he struck the water. The water parted. There is a price. He was following. He was a follower. He went and dropped his own business, closed his own business, and decided to follow him as a servant. as a servant. Follow him and serve him as a servant. And then the grace was released upon him. There's a price. Those who didn't pay the price, they have all the information. They call them the sons of the prophet. They didn't get the mantle. The mantle came on somebody. There are mantles that falls upon people. Before the blessed Idausa died, the mantle on that man fell on different people in Nigeria. And we can still see it today. Kenneth Hagin of blessed memory, the mantle fell on people. We can still see it today. But they paid the price. One of those men said he was praying for 18 hours non-stop. And then Jesus entered the room. There's a price. There's a price. There's a price. You want to sing and see people being healed, there's a price. You eat less food, you do more prayer, you watch less home video, there's a price. You don't pay the price. The list of the price you pay that you never get the item is to copy their songs and sing. You will never get the item. You will get the Nigerian Chinese. How many of you have heard of product they call Nigerian Chinese? You see all these products, phones, laptop, they have the one they call UK Chinese. American. When Donald Trump came, he removed American. He said it's an insult to produce anything and call it American Chinese. Then we have African Chinese that is still very good. Then our people went to Chinese and said produce Nigerian Chinese. So you buy a torchlight, it works for only 3 weeks and it's dead. They call it made in China for Nigeria. And the prices are usually very cheap. Very cheap. Some years back, I don't know how many of you, you are conversant with this small generator. I better pass my neighbor. How much you know they sell those generators? You have an idea? Like 10 years ago, not now. 9,000. 7, 8, 9,000. They were all made from where? China. At that time, they were selling it 7, 8, 9,000. Somebody gave me one free, but was different. He said it's made in Japan. I should go and find out the cost. So I went to where they were selling generator and I said, I want this type of generator. They said, no, they don't bring it to town. People will not buy them. I said, no, but can you get this type? Then he said to me, this is made in Japan. He said, if we bring it, nobody will buy. I said, no, don't say that. He said, okay, can you buy for 50,000? I said, no, it's 7,000. He said, that's the problem. I said, okay, tell me the difference between this made in China, 7,000, and this Japan. He said, this made in China, 7,000. When you carry it home and you on it, everything will be bright. Everything will work. The generator will work well. It's just that after 2 weeks, it will start giving problem. He said, this one made in Japan, you will use it for 15 years. It's still intact. The price. There are mantles that will never come on people. There are graces that will never come on people until you pay the price. Proximity is not mantle. You can live inside this church and not contact anything. Gehazi was so close to Elisha, but he never get the mantle. Elisha just came one day and began to be a follower, and the mantle came on him. Their price, the price of anything in life will determine the value it carries and the impact it shows. No wonder men run away from anything that looks like the price is getting too high. So we see mantles, we see graces. They all have. They all have a price. They all have a price. They have a price. Any successful man you see, whether in business, whether in ministry, find out the price that they have paid. We look at some few examples in the Bible. In Luke chapter 9, verse 57. Holiness have a price. You shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy. You shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy. There's a price. There's a price. Most of the problem of our life is caused by people who are not willing to find out the price for a change and find out what it takes to pay. You find out the price of a thing and find out what it takes to pay. What it takes to pay. How many of you have gone to where you want to buy something before and they are telling you different price and also explaining to you the difference function they perform? Anybody like that? They tell you the different function. If you buy this one like this, like this, like this, you say, I like this one. They look the same. What's the difference? You say, okay, this one is higher by 100,000. What makes it 100,000? This one has AC. This one has no AC. You say, okay. I asked them to book an hotel for me in Abuja one time, and I have range. I have range. I'm a missionary pastor. I don't like very expensive hotel. So the person that was booking it was praised. So he said to me, this is the amount for this, for this. The prices were different. I said, tell me, this one that is low, very well, what is the difference? The room looked the same, but the price is very low. I'm just getting so excited. Then he said to me, he said, Pastor, this one that is low has no tie. It has rug. I said, nothing is bad. He said, the only thing is that a cockroach may appear in the night from that rug. You know, rug is a bit difficult. I said, the difference was 4,000 naira. Yet, it has sizes. Men are in sizes. It's a reality. Depending on the price people have to pay. In Luke chapter 9, verse 57, Jesus talked to us about price. And I'm going to be very fast because of the number of scriptures that are many that I have here. Yes.
And it came to pass that as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord,
yes,
I will follow thee where
stand for the
goest.
reading. I will follow thee whithersoever, anywhere you are going. What was the response of Jesus? Verse 58.
And it came to pass.
Verse 58.
And Jesus said unto him,
yes,
foxes have holes.
Foxes have holes.
And birds of the air have nests.
Birds of the air have nets.
But the Son of Man had not where to
You
lay
want to
his head.
follow me? I don't have anywhere to lay my head. Yes, verse
And
59.
He said unto another,
He said unto another,
follow me.
follow me.
But he said, Lord.
The man is saying, actually called him Lord. He said, Lord,
suffer me first to go and bury my father.
let me go and bury my father first. Verse 60.
Jesus said unto him,
Jesus said unto him,
let the dead bury
let
their
the dead bury their dead.
But go thou and preach the
But
kingdom
go
of God.
thou and preach the kingdom.
And another also said,
Another one said,
Lord, I will follow thee.
me, I'm ready to follow you.
But let me first go bid them
But
farewell,
let me go and tell them that I'm going.
which are at home at my house.
Those ones that are at home with my house.
And Jesus said unto him,
Jesus looked at him and said unto him,
no man,
no man,
having put his hand to the
having
plow,
put his hand to the plow
and looking back,
and is looking back,
is fit for the kingdom of God.
there's a price to pay. Jesus told them, you want to follow, there's a price to pay. Sometimes the teachings and words of Jesus are very difficult. At a point, there were some people who are so eager to follow. He says, you want to follow? He said, you must deny your father, deny your mother, deny your brethren, then come and follow. We thought it's just to follow. He said that's what it means to follow. There's another time, two brothers came. Their mother brought them and said, look, we have a part in this thing you are preaching. These are my two sons. And they want to be like you, Jesus. In fact, whatever God is using you to do, they can also do. And Jesus said that's good. That's what we are preaching. So what is your desire? He says, grant that one of these my son, one will sit where? At your right hand. The other one will sit where? That's our request. Jesus says it's not a difficult thing. But can they pay the price? Can they drink the cup that I'm able to drink? What did they say? He said unto him, you shall drink indeed my cup and be baptized with the baptismal that I'm baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left hand is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them to whom it is prepared of my Father. Can I tell you? Anything you see in life that is beautiful, it has a price. Anything that is not working well, find out also the price, whether it is the right price. Men are pricing it and men are paying for it. There are certain lifestyle and routine that will not take you to where you are going in life. Some people have mastered. There's one elderly man. I went to meet him one day in town here. I went to meet him one day and I said to him, I said, sir, this thing is like a joke, but honestly speaking, I want to just speak to you from my position now. He said, okay. I said, you have been exalted to this position now. Can you stop coming out of your house and just sit down on the chair and be watching people passing? He looked at me. I'm telling you, it has not stopped. Their habits, when people can't change those habits, there are certain things. See, you engage a car at a particular gear, and they have told you that to climb this mountain, you have to change. You must always find out what is the price for where we are going. And ask yourself, can I pay the price? If I cannot, let me look for something lower than what I'm looking for. And many people have settled for something lower in life because they can't pay the price. And if you have known where you are going in life and you have found out the price, find what it takes to pay for it and you will get there. God has no favorite child. He doesn't have. He doesn't. And Jesus said this very profound statement in Luke chapter 14 verse 27. And we're going to run through this very quickly so the people in the media be fast. Luke chapter 14 verse 27. This is what Jesus said about price. 14:27. 14:27.
And whosoever does not bear his cross,
if you will not bear your cross
and come after me, cannot be my disciple.
You cannot be my disciple.
For which of
There's
you,
a price. There's a price. 28.
For which of you intending to build a tower?
Do you want to build a tower?
Seated not down first.
And you will not sit down first.
And counted the cost.
And count the cost.
Whether he has sufficient.
Whether you have sufficient to finish it. Yes. Least happily.
After he had laid the foundation.
After you have laid the foundation.
And he's not able to finish
you are not able to finish it.
All that behold it begin
People
to
will start looking at what you are doing and they start laughing at you. And at that point, you look for a demon in your village or your father's household and say they are the one responsible. Those who blame others for where they are in life, they never make progress until they take responsibility. At UG3, my father could no longer sustain my education. It's enough to drop out and tell anybody that cares under heaven today that I would have been a graduate if not that my father was sick. If not that my father was sick. You are lucky your father was not sick. The man you are talking to and saying you are lucky your father was not sick, he's just looking at you and just looking at your ignorance or stupidity, because you soon hear to know that his own father is not only sick, his own father is not even alive. You get to know of people who from the age 3, they didn't know their father. Am I talking to somebody? Their father is gone. And they still face life. and go through it. Having known the price to pay for it. In Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2, look at price. If you know your purpose, your assignment, and where you are going in life, find out the price and give attention to it quickly.
Looking unto Jesus,
Jesus,
the author and the finisher
the
of our faith,
author and finisher of our faith.
who for the joy that was set before
This
him
Jesus, our Savior, who for the joy that was set before him,
endured the cross,
he endured the pain of the cross.
despising the shame,
People were mocking and laughing at him. He despised it. Why?
and he sat down at the right hand of the throne of God.
Yes.
For consider him that endureth such
Every
contradiction.
time you are complaining, every time you are getting discouraged, the Bible says, consider him that endure what? Such contradiction of sinners against himself. So that what happened?
Lest ye be wearied and faint in
So
your mind.
you don't think you are the only one going through this and you faint in your mind. To know that there are people who have paid this price. They have paid this price. They have paid this price. How many of you have heard of Bishop Idawusa's testimony? Go and find where they pick him. Go and find where they gave back to him. Where they picked him from. And what he said to himself. A man who didn't go to university, but said to himself, even though I didn't go to university, I will send my children to university. I will not only send my children to university, I will build a university. And he find out what is the cost of it. That was the man that brought prosperity preaching and prosperity to the Nigerian church. They pay the price. They pay the price. Consider those who have endured such contradiction of sinners. Lest you be weary in your mind. You be weary. You get tired. You get frustrated. You get discouraged. In your mind. They pay the price. Numbers chapter 11 verse 28. Look at people who pay the price. Numbers 11:28.
And Joshua son of Nun,
Joshua the son of Nun,
the servant of Moses,
he was a servant of Moses.
one of his young men,
Joshua was not one of the main men of Moses. He was just one of those faithful people that was following Moses.
answered and said,
Yes.
my Lord Moses forbid.
That's the man, the mantle of leadership came upon. Did you hear that there were 70 elders that Moses laid his hand upon? That God took the spirit of Moses and Moses laid his hand upon to judge cases. You read about that? None of them carried the mantle except Joshua, that was not among those that they lay hands on to solve cases. He served. He served. One translation says, Joshua the attendant of Moses. The attendant of Moses. The boy of Moses. It's a price. It's a price. It's a price. It's a price. Genesis chapter 29 verse 20. Find out the cause. Find out the purpose. Find out what you want to do in life. And the same principle we are teaching you in church applies to life issue. To solving every life issue. Yes.
And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel.
And Jacob served 7 years. He paid a price to marry a woman for Rachel.
And there seemed unto him but a few days.
The way he was doing it, he was so consumed with the passion of seeing his vision come to pass. The Bible says the years he served, they were like what? A few days. Why? For the love he had for her. There's a price. You want the girl? He said yes. You will do 7 years. After 7 years, they say, oh, we forgot to tell you that they don't marry the younger doesn't marry first. It is the first girl that marry. And that's why we exchanged and gave you this one. Jacob said, yay! There are people who have setback in life and it has become a permanent setback. Don't let any setback become a permanent setback. Say it again. Say it out. Don't let any setback become permanent. Not even seen. He says, so I still want my original vision. Though it tarries, I need this original one. What do I need to do? He said, simple. You will serve another 7 years. What happened to Jacob? He began to serve. There's a price. There's a price. There's a price. There is a price. Judges chapter 11 verse 30. There's a price for greatness. There's a price for success. There's a price for increase. There's a price for growth. If you compromise the price, you'll just be at that level forever.
And Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Lord.
And Jephthah, he was going to war. And the nature of the war is looking dicey. He may not win. And he made a vow unto the Lord and said,
if thou shalt without fail deliver
if you without fail, oh God, deliver the children of Ammon into my hands,
then it shall be
that
whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to
that
meet me,
comes out of the door of my house to meet me,
when I return in peace from the
if
children
I
of
return in peace from the children of Ammon,
shall surely be the Lord.
surely it shall surely be the Lord,
And I will offer it up as
and I will
for a
offer
burnt
it
offering.
anything as a burnt offering.
So Jephthah passed over unto the children of
Jephthah passed over unto the children of
to
Ammon
fight against them.
to fight against
And the
them.
Lord delivered them into his hand.
God has done his own part.
And he smote them from Arah,
From
even
Arah.
till thou came to Minit.
Yes.
Even 20 cities.
20
and unto the
cities.
plain of the vineyard.
All the vineyard.
With a very great
It was a
slaughter.
great slaughter.
Thus the children of Ammon
The
were
children of
subdued
Ammon were subdued.
before the children of Israel.
There was a price to pay.
And Jephthah came to Mizpeh unto his house.
Yes.
And behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels and with Dan.
His daughter. Daddy is back. Daddy, God has given Daddy victory. Yes.
And she was his only child.
And she was his only child.
Beside her, he had neither son nor daughter.
He had no son, he had no daughter.
And it came to pass.
It came to pass.
When he saw her.
That
he rent his clothes.
Ah!
And said,
My daughter.
Alas, my daughter.
Ah!
Thou hast brought me very low. And thou art one of them that trouble me. For I have opened my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back.
I cannot go back. The Bible says she was a virgin. No man had knew her. What a price. 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 2 Kings chapter 3 verse 27. What a price. What a price. You can't pay the price, then you don't know what the product is. You don't know what the future is. You don't know what the vision is. What a price.
Then he took his eldest son.
Then he took his eldest son.
That should have reigned in his stead.
That should have reigned in it. When he died, he should be the king.
And offer him for a burnt
And
offering.
offer him as a burnt offering upon the wall.
And there was great indignation.
And there was a great indignation against Israel.
And they departed from him and returned
The
to their own
battle
land.
phase changed. This man put the price by himself and paid it with his son. Sir, the way some of you are going about life, you won't get to where you are going on time. The price for prayer, you can't pay. The price for fasting, you can't pay. The price for holiness, you can't pay. The price for giving, you can't pay. The price for intellectual demand, you can't pay. You are always looking for something cheap, something free, something cheap, something free, something cheap, something free. I've never heard the proverb that says, gold is not found on the ground except somebody did what? Gold is not found on the ground except somebody. They used to say this proverb is wrong. Except somebody drop it. Nobody drop gold on the ground except it fell from somebody. This type of life we are doing will take us to nowhere. A young man waking up. Young man, you sleep. wake up by 6 a.m. Your destiny is in under siege. It's under siege. A young man sitting down to watch pornography till 1, only you in the room, you are doing like this, like this, like this. Your destiny is under siege. Only you on your phone, you are doing like this, like this, like this. Which price? Some of the poorest people I have seen in the north of this place are pastors. But you won't be surprised. Visit an average pastor in the north and see how he's living. You will cry. Some of the poorest people who will not steal, they stay faithful but extremely poor as civil servants. Visit them in the office. See how they use their spare time. You will cry. There's no spare time. There's no free time. Every job that gives you so much time, you never get well paid. I should repeat it. Every job that gives you so much free time, you never get well paid. You also never get well furnished in knowledge. You have so much time to go to work with Ludo, to go to work with Ayo, to go to work and work resume. You are resuming 10 a.m. and you have spent 6 hours on your phone. You'll be poor. Life will be difficult. What is the price? What is the price? What is the price you are willing to pay? You are being oppressed in the night. You sleep. Every time you sleep, something is coming to oppress you. Something is coming to beat you. Every time you sleep in the night, you are being oppressed. What price are you paying? You have not fasted. You have not been able to observe 1 hour prayer. They are oppressing you in the night. What price are you paying? The disciples say, Jesus, Master, see that thing we were doing. We are calling, the way you were doing it, that's how we are doing our own. In fact, at a point, Peter even went to look for Koboko too. Maybe it's like those demons in the temple. It didn't happen. Jesus said, this type. And this is a small child though. This type will not go except by prayer and fasting. There's a price. At this level you are doing alone, there's a price. Why do big organization, mega organization keep evolving, keep innovating? Why do they keep sending their staff for training and pay millions and millions? Why? They have seen the price and they are willing to pay. You see, those who can't pay the price, when you pay the price well, you buy the original thing you are supposed to buy, you will soon discover that some items are universal. Take it to UK, they operate like that. Take it to US, they operate like that. Take it to Libya, they operate like that. Why? You have bought the original. But when you carry the fake because you compromise on the price. And you are looking, somebody carry his phone, you say, it's not clear. It's not clear. It's not clear. So he decided to go closer. He said, it's still not clear. Why is it not clear like your own? It's the same phone. Why is your own not clear? Hey, he said, okay. He started cleaning the lens. Excuse me, if you like, use oil and omo. It will not be clear. You know why it's not clear? The price has separated them. You want a good price? Go and get prepared for it. And there's nothing we cannot do. There's nothing that is impossible. There's nothing that cannot happen. But are we ready to pay the price? Are you ready to change your daily schedule? Some of you have been living a particular schedule and you have told yourself, there's nothing. This is the way I am, I cannot change. There's this woman. She teaches on relationship and marriage. Pastor Funke. How many of you know Pastor Funke? How many of you know that recently she just marked her 60th birthday? How many of you know she's back to school to study law? Back to school to study law. You know how people keep evolving? When they have seen where they are going and they want to pay the price. A young man told his family, give me 3 months. He's going to a mission station. He had a revelation. He said 3 months. 3 months became 3 years. He saw the price. And he said, God, give me grace to pay. This is one of the prayer we are praying tonight. I have more difficulty with people who don't even know where they are going, let alone the price to pay. But I have great burden for those who have seen the price and they still want to go for something lesser. The master is telling you, this one will not go except by prayer and fasting. You say, me, anytime I fast, I dey sick. So how will it go? They just told you, it's not going to happen like that. This thing you are trying to do, it's not going to happen like that. Ashimolowo said to himself one day, if I'm going to get to these things I'm doing, he said, God showed him the next phase of ministry, healing ministry, healing, revival. And you know Ashimolowo is more into teaching and teaching. He had to embark on fasting and fasting. When God showed you what is required, what price, he has told you the price. This item, this is the amount. The time the Apostle of Zion, when you sit down in that office, he will bring it, Ghana must go of books. I said, He will stay like this on the chair, wake up, continue to read. Ghana must go of books, He said, PJ, the next phase of life I'm going requires that I go this direction. He has told me before that this book thing is not going there. Now the next phase of life requires, if you see, Ghana must go books from overseas. He will sit down and be reading and be underlined. Like he will sleep and wake up sometimes 5 days in the office. He has not gone home. It's a price. It's a price. You don't want to change your daily schedule. This is how you want to continue your life. Like this. And you want a change. Heaven can't grant it. Heaven can't grant it. The way like this. Some of you need to change your daily schedule. Your daily lifestyle, your giving life, your prayer life. If you continue like this, you will eventually get the same result. It may be a little bit different. It will still come back. It's not changing. 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 Tonight, do you know the price you have to pay? If you know the price, you can begin to cry to God, give me grace to pay. But if you don't know, it's a sincere prayer to say, I don't even know the price to pay. Being a married woman, it has a price. Being a married man has a price. Being a mother has a price. Everything in life has price if it goes well. You just compromise on the price and you will see that life will not give you what you desire. It has a price. Can you pray? Maybe you are here, you don't even know, you don't know the price you need to pay for what you are doing. God showed a family in America that they have to be committed to the advancement of the gospel. The husband came and said, from now on, feeding will be twice a day. The last meal goes to a missionary in Africa. That's a price.